That time again. We are going live. We are having our moments of inspiration. We are sharing. We are growing. Come on in. Type your name in. It's for some of us, it's day 4. Don't know what day you jumped in on, but it's day 4. We are spending time together, having our quick moments of inspiration, our quick moments of possibility. We're on a 30-day possibility diet. Go share with someone. It's Sunday. If you're joining us live, it's Sunday. So they should be chilling. And so go grab your folks. Say, hold on, we got a little something for you. I don't know if you got your word today, but the word can be right here. Yes, Sumia from Canada. Yes, hello, Stephanie. Hello. Yes. Hello. Loving everybody. Hello. I got some special stuff for you that I want to do. Today we're going to do a couple of things. We may jump a little bit. We already got, 130 people. Bert jumped in, Nadia jumped in, Candace jumped in, Judy jumped in. Yes. Lori, you let me know how you want to roll. Lakeisha, you let me know how you want to roll. I love it. Germany is in. Oh my God. And what is this? Saskatchewan is in. Arizona is in. Where are you coming in from? Where are you joining us from? Wisconsin is in. Canada is in. All over the world. Like, oh my God, we went from 75 to now we're 250 strong. I love you as well. Ex-Kizzen, you know I love you, girl. Evalyn, I love you. Mixie, love you. Come on in. 30 days of possibility. I'm going to melt out in this beautiful sun. I'm not sure what the weather is where you are, but baby, what is it today? It is a whopping, like hot. And it's like only 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
81 degrees.
81 degrees where I am right now already. Danita, my girl. Marcia from Jamaica. Linda. Yes, Brian. Hello. What's up? Hey, how you doing? Margaret is watching. Yes, Margaret. I was just blowing up your phone a minute ago. Maria, Latera, everyone's coming in. We're already at 500. 500 strong. Sunday, day 4 of 30 days of a possibility diet. Go share. Go grab your friends. Everyone's sharing crazy, toxic conversations. Go share some possibility. Now, if you share with them in 15 minutes, we're going to be done. So share with them now. Go get it hearted up. Hearted up if you know you need to be here. If you know things are moving forward. There is life after this. Let's get prepared for it. There is life beyond this. And there's extraordinary life beyond this. Extraordinary. From whom much is given, much is expected, much is required. When you go through some things, that means you've come through some things. So what's exciting about this? Last night my family had I'm so excited. My family had a family we had a family gathering. We connected, we laughed, we talked over each other. We talked about each other, and we did it all on Zoom. And I needed to see my family's face. Oh my God, I needed to see my family's face. And it was really cool. And it just drove home the idea and the opportunity to be creative. We're not stuck. We have an opportunity to be creative. So I just want to put hands up. You celebrate yourself for being creative. Celebrate yourself for being a part of forward moving conversations. Type in chat, I'm a part of forward moving conversations only. I'm a part of forward moving conversations only. Only bring me forward moving conversations. Now, we want to be health conscious. We want to be COVID-19 conscious, but you want to make sure you make your diet a diet of possibility. So if you haven't already done your video that says I am participating in a diet of possibility with Lisa Nichols, do your video and make sure you indicate that you're doing a diet of possibility. I love it. My honey is watching me on Facebook right here, but he's sitting right in front of me. So I'm gonna have you guys all, I'm gonna turn the camera so you guys can all say hello. Say hi. So we're sitting out in our backyard, and we are just like every day we stop and say, how can we stop and just begin to serve? Now, I just want to celebrate some of y'all who did your homework every day. If it's your first time joining us, put in first timer. Put in first timer. You guys, we're almost up to 700 people already. Put in first timer if it's your first timer. If you're a first timer, put in first timer. We want to celebrate you. We want to welcome you. Right, Catherine, died a possibility. Right, Brian, died a possibility. Jason, yes, a part of Forward Moving Conversations. If it's your first time, we want to welcome you. We've been doing this now for 4 days. We are going to do this for the next 30-ish days, 30-ish, 31-ish, 32-ish, something around that. And we're going to, every day, we're given an assignment of how do we move ourselves forward. Just little things, like small, bite-sized, so not difficult, not hard. I want to celebrate day 3 homeworkers. Now listen, hey from Hungary, hey, you guys are coming in from all over South Africa. First timer Joanna, Natalie, welcome home. This is your home. First timer, my boy Sean Smith is watching. You guys go to Sean Smith on Facebook afterwards. He has a conversation at 30 minutes past the hour. You guys, right after mine, Sean Smith, SeanSmith. Go to my boy. He's one of the most profound, prolific. Hey, Tisha, for the first time. Hey, Adewasa, for the first time. He's one of the most amazing facilitators ever. Susan, first time. Yes, Mary, first time. So listen, let me tell you, Tracy, you know how we do this. Kathy, how we do this is it's about 15, 20 minutes of possibility. And every day, I give you a forward moving action. Forward moving action. Why? Because action is the antidote for despair. And action is the prescription for success. So why not be in radical action? Sean Smith says, I'm a 1,000th timer, right? Kayla says, I'm a first timer. So I just want to celebrate those of you who did your homework yesterday. I gave you the assignment. We talked about what mindset, what belief system, what conversation have you outgrown? You know your future is waiting on you. But it's not going to come delivered to you by Amazon Prime. It's not going to come delivered to you by FedEx. You got to go get it. And in order to go get that breathtaking future that belongs to you, type in chat, a breathtaking future belongs to me. It's not like, can you get it? Should you get it? What happens if you get it? It belongs to you. It's your birthright. Now that one, I had to get real clear about that. That it's not a hookup for me to have a great life. Hey, Lou, it's my birth time. Abrina, it's my birthright to have an amazing life. It's your birthright. However, it's going to take some work. It's going to require you to do your sit-ups, do your curls, do your lunges. It's going to require you to do your long hours. It's going to require you to do your belief by faith, because what you see don't make no sense. So you got to lean on your faith and go by what you know, like you know. Because the physical evidence isn't there, right? And so looking at how success and joy and peace of mind and abundance is your birthright, you have to go get it. In order to go get it, you may have to let go of a few things. I know I did. I had to let go of thinking I wasn't good enough. I had to let go of judging myself because I didn't graduate from college. I had to let go of thinking that I wasn't smart enough because I'm functionally dyslexic. I had to let go of thinking that I wasn't beautiful enough to stand on stage and with my mocha skin and my full lips and my round hips and my kinky hair. I had to let go of that. I had to let go of thinking that people that came from South Central in my neighborhood didn't get a chance to live in paradise. I had to let go of that. And so yesterday I invited you to begin to entertain the idea of what thinking, what mindset, what internal conversation have you outgrown that you need to give notice to and say, hold on, you can't come with me where I'm on my way to. And so I just want to celebrate you. Now listen, if today is your first time, hey, the coach accepts late homework. Matter of fact, you ain't even late. You right on time. So I want you to go back and look at the other videos every day. I just give you a little nugget of something that's pulling you forward. There is a grand, amazing, breathtaking life experience on the other side of this current situation. This is just a situation. This is a situation that's consuming a global conversation and getting our global attention. but it's a situation. When you look at the scheme of things, it's going to be a moment in time. What are you preparing to do on the other side? So that's what this is about. So if today's your first time, if it's your second day, I want you to go back and do that homework because it's juicy. It's delicious. It's having you do some self-analyzing, have you doing some self-assessment, have you doing some self-celebration. It's juicy. I can't go over all the homework, but I do want to celebrate those who did it yesterday. And so I asked you to, what do you give yourself permission to do? Dr. Mecca, you're on fire every day. Visna, you're on fire every day. Jennifer, Jean, Geraldo Jr., you know you playing big. Renee, Brenda, Tamara, Leslie, Jasmine, Catherine, Baba, Bree, Dr. Serena, you guys are all playing full out. Alex, Rochelle, lots more videos came in yesterday. I may not say your name, but I celebrate you for doing the homework yesterday. Like, did that feel good? You gave notice to what's time to be released. Jasmine says, I've outgrown my doubt, and I'm putting myself sabotage into action and carrying old hurts. I'm putting it all on notice. Then she said, I give myself permission to love, trust, and take bold, positive chances. Geraldo says, I'm inspired. I'm inspired by this, and that I'm ready to put on notice anything that's holding me back. I'm still working on things, but it's the very beginning. I made a list of all the things that I want to pack and leave behind. Come on, Geraldo, I love it. And Brenda says, I've given myself permission to live my best life in my mind, my body, and my spirit, and that I don't have to be perfect. I'm putting the need to be perfect on notice. Raise your hand if you know you need to put the need to be perfect on notice. So many people, Dr. Megna, so many of you guys did the homework. I just want to celebrate you because that's when change happens, when you get in action. Watching me don't change anything. It's just entertainment if you watch me. And trust me when I tell you, I did not come to entertain you. I came for your transformation. I came for your breakthrough. I came for that part of you that you haven't even discovered yet. I came for that. But this is going to be a relay. This is not just me doing all the work here. This ain't even anything. This is just content. What will you do with it? That's what matters. So many of you are in my tribe right now. You've been in my tribe for a while. You've been on my campus. Type in chat if you've actually stepped on the campus. You've actually started studying with me. You jumped in a program. Type in chat if you've had transformation, how long you've been in, how many years you've been. Not if you've just been watching me. Some of you have just been watching me, and that's great. That's a beginning. But I want to invite you, let's come do the curls together. Let's come do the triceps together. Let's come build your self-esteem together. Let's come chart new path together. That's going to take a commitment where you jump in and you start doing the lifting, the running, the jumping, the grinding, the squatting, the push-ups, all that with me. Now, I'm speaking metaphorically, even though if you want to work out with me, a sister will work out with you because I'm loving that these days. And so this is about getting your breakthrough. So today, I want to talk about self-love because that was a journey for me, learning how to love me and learning what loving me from me looks like. Learning how to love myself through a traumatic situation. Learning how to love myself through a poor decision. I have made some poor decisions. I have thought something was shiny and it wasn't. It was a gloss and underneath was just a pile of crap. And I've done it more than one time, more than 2 times. I've made decisions that's caused me to be in the doctor's office, being prescribed Prozac for depression. I've made decisions that's had me end up as a single mom. I've made decisions that's had me having to visit my son's father in prison. I've made decisions that's had me, I see all my tribe members that have been here for a while. I see you guys all typing in all the stuff you've done. Yeah, this is all about lifelong learning. Lifelong learning. I've made decisions that I've been so embarrassed about that I haven't even told anyone. Raise your hands if that's you. I've made decisions, and when I look back, and anytime I ask you to raise your hands, just find that emoji with the hands. And then just put that emoji up. You can put 9 hands up. You can put 2 hands up. You can put 10 hands up. Yes, I see you, Sandra. Sandra says, abundant life, speaking right, the retreat. And that, we know each other when we've been at the retreat together. 1 year on the campus, Leslie says. So I just want you guys to see, and this is not a ploy for me to get you on my campus. No, this is a distinction between watching passively and having a moment and jumping in and creating multiple moments in your own life. I'm lifting now, and all I want you to do is I want you to learn how to lift more, lift longer, lift stronger, go deeper. I want you to learn how to love brighter, love wider, love deeper, love the unlovable, forgive the unforgivable. I want you to learn how, and I'm learning as well, how do you play? Where's that number that scares you? Oh, I'm used to making 100,000. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with 80,000. But when I get to 800,000, that makes me worry. And so I want to make sure, can you guys see me? I want to make sure you can see me. I'm outside. Sometimes our internet goes a little funky. I want to make sure you can see me. If you can't, just type in chat if it gets crazy, because I'll go into the house. And so my decisions, I realized that my decisions, letting people in my life that weren't worthy of being in my life, not setting healthy boundaries. Anybody know about that? 1 hand up, 2 hands up, 7 hands up. Not setting healthy boundaries, spending all my money, not asking for what I was worth in my feet. All that was a reflection of self-love. That wasn't anybody trying to get over on me. That wasn't I want to serve so much that I don't want to charge. No, I would love to say that. But really, it shows up in ways where I was still learning how to love Lisa. And I am still learning how to love Lisa. But I love Lisa so much more now than what I did then. And I didn't even know. And so if you know that there's room for self-love to grow, and what self-love looks like is the way you talk to yourself inside your head, the way you treat yourself, the way you give yourself sleep, the way you set healthy boundaries and you actually say no, and no is a complete sentence, and no doesn't require any explanation. The way you take risk on your behalf. Are you willing to take big risks? Can you love yourself enough to say, if this don't work, we gonna be all right? But take big risks, leap big, play big, jump off the edge. And to say, if I fall on my face, I'm gonna get back up. Yes, Paulette, welcome home, sis, welcome home. For me, I had to learn how to love Lisa. Man. And then once I learned how to love me, and I'm still learning, I had to learn how to share with people how to love me. I had to learn how to share with my son how to love me. Like you get to share with your children, what does loving you look like? You need to. Otherwise, we're leaving it up to people to guess how to love us. Share with your partner how to love you. Otherwise, we're leaving it up to them to guess. The best line I ever heard was, love is an open book test. Woo! Love is an open book test. But what we keep doing is we keep closing the book, saying, I want you to figure out how to love me. Now, how to love me is in this book, but I want you to guess. I want you to guess. And whenever someone fails us, we're disappointed and we're hurt. But first, you need to open your own book. How does loving me look? What does it look like to feel love? And the question I ask you, type this in chat right now. What does it look like for me to feel love? Yeah, I know you're at the beginning, sis. I get it. What does it look like? Patricia, what does it even look like? It's a delicious question. Because we have all these assumptions. We look at television and the way television tells us love should look. Man, this book, we need to open this. But we need to open it and read it for ourselves first. So I'm going to ask you that question. I'm going to ask you right now, give me some examples right now. What does feeling loved look like to you? From whom? So go to your children, go to your parents, go to your siblings, because everyone around you, they want to love you, but they're loving you in their language. They're not loving you in your language because we haven't opened the book. And by the time we get ready to open this book, y'all, we so pissed off. Come on, grown folk conversation. We so pissed off, we ready to check them. And matter of fact, we show people how to love us when we've been done wrong, or we haven't been loved right, or we need to course correct, or we on a dating site, or we never just make it a part of our process, a part of our relationships. Jean, I love it. Self-acceptance. What does that look like? Pacing myself, Mariko. I love that. What does that look like? Does that mean loving myself looks like having patience with my goals? That when I give myself a goal of a year, I really probably should give myself 3 years. Loving myself is saying, I do want to lose 10 pounds, but I'm not going to start from 0 to 100. I'm going to let myself crawl before I walk, and walk before I run, and run before I soar. Loving myself looks like asking my family, can you make dinner every other night? I don't like making dinner every night. Does loving yourself look like, instead of taking a quick shower, Margaret Packer takes a long bath? Is that what loving yourself looks like? What does loving you look like? Because until you deep dive into it and you have your own long list, everyone around you is guessing. So I'm going to do something that I didn't plan to do, but the time calls for it. I keep a part of my life private, and I've talked about wanting love for a long time. I talked about being ready for love in front of a lot of you. I talked about giving myself permission for love. I gave myself permission to love everyone. I gave myself permission to set everyone else up to have perfect relationships. But somehow I didn't believe that I can have this amazing life of traveling the world, have this amazing parent-child relationship with my son, and be a good mom, and be a great CEO, ideally, be a global student, and have a romantic love in my life. So many of you who've been on my campus for a while, you saw me 3 years ago just sit in the space of, I'm ready for love. I was scared. I was crying on stage. I was like, oh, I'm ready for love, right? But I had to say it. I had to out myself. I had to out myself so that I could open up the space. And 3 years of working on me, and love showed up. So I want to introduce you for the very first time publicly. His eyes are big because he's like, what? He's over there watching me on Facebook. He's like, I'm not supposed to be on the camera. I'm just watching you on camera. But I want you to meet someone very special to me, because I want to talk about the journey to him and the journey we're taking together. And I just believe that there's so much lesson in this, for so many of us. Those of you who've been in love for the last 30 years and you're opening yourself up to this next season, and those of you who are still opening up to it, those of you in relationships and you want to know, is it the one? Those of you who just want to trust yourself again. See, the thing is, it wasn't that I didn't trust relationships. I stopped trusting my picker. Hello, someone. I stopped trusting my picker. It wasn't that I didn't trust anyone who may have come across my path. I stopped trusting my picker because I made some choices that reflected in my level of self-love at the time. And so, Marcellus, would you join us? So I want to introduce you guys to some, and for others, you've met him before in one way or another. This is Marcellus Hall. You have to lean in. It's a skinny. This is Marcellus Hall. And we have been, the sun is right in our face, you guys. And we've been friends for 10 years. Lean over a little bit, babe, so they can see you like you want to stay on camera. We've been friends for 10 years. And you would probably say 10 years ago, he was clearer than I was. I wasn't. Like, he was, like, he knew we were going to be friends forever. I don't think you want to say hi first so we can hear you talk? He actually does have a voice.
Hi.
You know, you always have one who loves being on camera. It's me. And then the other who just says, I'll support you.
Yeah.
And so I told him this morning, you're going to get on camera with me. So when we were first together, I didn't know what being loved looked like. And so he said, he's a beautiful person. Bless you both. I had to make a list of what loving me looked like. And so I shared this with some of my students. I made this on January 28th. And it says, what does being loved look like? And I put touching me as often as possible, both in public and in private. Holding my hands when we walk side by side. Kissing me all the time, but especially when we make love. Random acts of kindness, like cooking for me, picking up a snack for me, flowers for me, running a bathwater for me, a back massage, asking about my family, asking about my health, asking about my business, or asking about my dreams, reading books with me. It took me so much to do this list. Lean in. I'm going to bring us closer. I didn't know what loving me looked like. And then I made a list for Jelani. And then I made a list just for my family in general. But what happened was I began to do those things with my family and they began to reciprocate. And so I realized that everyone's waiting to understand what's in the book. Everyone's waiting on your list. Everyone's waiting. And for you I think this is your first time hearing me read it, maybe? Is it?
Yeah.
Like, this is his first time hearing me read it. I didn't read the list. You got to love me like this. I just began to ask for these things. And what's crazy is that we're doing a lot of this because I communicated it in a healthy way. This is what I like. This is what I love. This is what makes me feel loved. In a write this down, a forward pulling way. This is what makes me excited. This is what makes me feel like we're connected. Whenever we're together, we're touching. What are you laughing at?
No, I was just laughing.
And so I want to invite you to begin to make the list of what does loving you look like. What does loving you look like? Not just romantically, but from your family, from your children. Now I want to invite you to not make the list from a make wrong place. Don't ask me this and don't ask me. No, not from a toxic low level consciousness. I'm going to say that again. Not from a toxic low level consciousness. I want you to go to the highest level of consciousness from the place of joy and peace and happiness and go, this is what makes me happy. Because energy grows where energy goes. And so if you talk about all the don'ts, then you just get contracted. But if you talk about this makes me feel expanded, this makes me feel loved, this makes me feel appreciated, this makes me feel grateful, I can tell you the people in your life that love you, they only want you happy. They only want you happy. They only want you to feel love. Isn't that like, one of the number one challenges with him is that I wasn't talking. I was making him guess.
That's true.
What?
True enough.
Right. In the moment I stopped making you guess, what happened?
Yeah. Things kind of went in a different direction. Why'd you put the camera on me just?
Because I want you to talk. Because I want you to talk.
I kind of. All right. So, since you put me in this spot, I guess the main thing for me is like, a lot of, and I'll use women because I'm a man, so I'll look from my perspective. I think a lot of women play the hint game, right? We say you leave hints, drop hints. Men, we tend to be kind of obtuse and dumb about hints. We don't see hints. So
say that again.
We don't see hints. Like that's just like that goes right over our heads most times. So a lot of times you got to be a little bit more direct, and that's the only way we're gonna kind of get it. I know that goes counterproductive to women because women feel like it should be obvious, but it's so obvious. I did this, I did that, but the guy, that's like, what? That's like, getting to the end of the book without me reading the beginning of it. I don't know what the premise of the story is. So you gotta kind of a little bit be more direct. You gotta be a little bit more clear. You gotta let guys know a lot of times they're not gonna guess it by themselves, and so you gotta kind of lay that groundwork out and let them know exactly some of the things that you want out of life and some of the things you're expecting, and then we'll react accordingly. But if you leave it to us, you're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna get mad. I don't understand why he don't know what I need, all those type of stuff. And so just saying, that's just my personal take on it, but there it is.
And when you talk about the list, make the list from a place of possibility, not from a demand. And what he just said about men are the same with children. And so, right?
I don't quite know how to take that, but okay.
Right, it's the same.
No, but it's true though.
Meaning they can't read your mind.
Right.
You got to be really clear. And so your homework today, as you know what it's going to be, make a list like I did with my list. I made this list for us. I made this list so we can win. What does loving you look like? And if you've been married for forever, what does loving you in this season look like? What does celebrating you? What does making you feel acknowledged? So the first thing is, what does loving you look like by you? So 2 pieces of homework. What does loving yourself look like? And then what does being loved look like? So I want those 2 lists. If you're new, we post everything on my Facebook page. If you're one of my advanced students, come on, let's get up, babe. We're melting. We got to get in the shade. We melting. We're about to turn into a puddle of chocolate. Whew. We got to get in the shade. So it's hot. We're in the Bahamas. Woo-wee. Yes. So if you're a new student, then we post. You can either post in writing, or you can post in video form. Either way, my advanced students post in video form. Smile. I always tell them, you look intense when you don't smile. So post in video form, make your list. Tamara, make a list. But it's 2 lists. Happy anniversary, Tony. It's 2 lists. What does you loving you look like? And don't be ambiguous. Choose detail. And then what does being loved look like? And not just romantically, but include romantic, right? Include romantic. And so I want you to post it. I want you to put it on our page here. I want you to do a video, and I want to see more videos. I want to see more videos. I want to see you. I want to see you. I want to see you. I want to see more videos. Show me your video. And tomorrow, we will gather again. I think I might have a surprise for you tomorrow. I wanted to have it for you today. I didn't quite get it together in time, but tomorrow we're going to launch the week off powerfully. You do not want to miss this. And so if you guys would be so kind as to say thank you to my man who did not plan this morning to be on. But he's just so cute. I had to just include him. He might as well get used to this life now, right? Y'all know who he with. He might as well get used to it now, baby. Look, he might as well. He's going out there and getting all of our goods. I appreciate you. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.